Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie if you've never been here before, and on this channel I upload whatever I want. That could be literally whatever I want, whether it be teaching content, subbing content, same thing, bookish content, vlogs, cozy hobbies, and everything in between. And this is going to be another bookish video. I have been itching to do a reading challenge video. I don't even know what my last one was. It might have been the 24-hour readathon. It might have been the random number generator chooses. So I've also been really wanting to read, but I've kind of been in a reading slump, at least physically. I've been listening to an audiobook, but I just have so many books that I've wanted to read in March, and we're already at the 11th. And I don't know if I've finished a book, so it's time to kick it into high gear. I've been a little bit busy, but you know what? It's just time to make use of my time. I woke up this morning and I edited and uploaded my Seattle vlog. So if you haven't seen that and you want to, I'll link it up here. But I have about 2-ish hours until I need to leave for work, and I just want to have breakfast and read. So I saw Sarah Caroli do this at the beginning of the year, and she did Spotify Wrapped chooses how long I read, which I don't know exactly how long I'm going to keep up with this, whether it's going to be a week-long vlog, whether it's going to be just a few days, but I would just rather start this now just in case. I am going on a trip this weekend for my 24th birthday. My 24th birthday is on Sunday, March 16th. And I think I can get some reading in there. We're going to a little getaway. But just in case I can't or I just don't want to, I do want to kind of have a little bit of time to where if I want to take the weekend off, I can. So, like I said, I saw Sarah Caroli do this back in the beginning of the year. However, we have a problem. I opened my Spotify, and tell me why it didn't save my 2024 Wrapped. It literally only saved my top songs for 2023. And I don't want to use my top songs for 2023. So I might just pull up random playlists or even my like songs and see what comes up. I'm trying to decide, okay? Maybe I'll do my day list for today, and maybe we'll switch it up as the days go on. But today is day 1 of this challenge. Today is Tuesday, March 11th. It's 9:43 a.m. right now, and I am going to shuffle play my day list. It says emotional pumpkin spice morning. Why? I don't know. You listen to spiritual and hip hop in the morning. Try some pumpkin spice, emotional, moody, overthinking, heartache, and crying. It has some songs that I like in here, but it also has some other songs like Gracie Abrams, Noah Kahan, so we will see. Oh wait, should I? I should screen record because I'm a professional. Pushing play.
Baby, I love you too.
Moon and Back by Jake. And it is 2 hours and 28 seconds. Wait, no. It's 2 minutes and 28 seconds. So I am going to read for 2 hours and 28 minutes today. Let's see what I get done. So, just because this is the first day, I am going to get into what my TBR might look like. Right now, I'm reading physically All In the Natural series. That book I am reading just because I love the naturals, but also because it is part of my Tackling the TBR series. That video already came out before this one, so I will link it here. You can check it out if you want to. It's my next installment. After I finish that, it's kind of up in the air. I am going to count audiobooks on the days that I need to, so the audiobook that I'm currently listening to is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm about 50% of the way through, so we have a few hours of listening time there. If I can, I would really, really like to read Meet Me at the Lake, just because that's a book that I want to get done. Oh my gosh, Sunrise on the Reaping is coming out in a week. This is a very good physical representation of the books I want to read this month. I'm currently reading All In. I need to make progress on this badly. So that's going to be the first book that I'm reading physically. The next physical book that I'm going to pick up is going to be Meet Me at the Lake, just because I really need to read this. It was on my February TBR. It is now on my March TBR, and I don't want to keep carrying it over. This will be the next book I pick up after All In. But then after that, it's kind of a toss-up. We actually picked The 7-Year Slip for my friend Anna's book club, but we're not going to be meeting until probably mid-April, so unless it gets chosen for some other video, this is in my physical TBR, so it can be picked for the Tackling the TBR videos. I have the final book of the Natural series. This also has 12, which is the novella in it, so if I just want to wrap up the Naturals in a nice little bow, I can pick up Bad Blood. I'm also really, really wanting to read Iron Flame in March, but we will see. Is that everything that I had on my physical or on my March TBR? I know I have Sunrise on the Reaping, An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, which I'm already listening to. That might be everything on my March TBR. And if I'm forgetting something, it's probably for good reason. So let's just say for sure, I'll probably read these 2 books in here. I know for a fact I'm gonna finish this because I'm making myself. And then I'm gonna pick this up. And then I'm also listening to An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. So out of those 3 books, but I guess it'll be a surprise to see if I finish those 3, what else I pick up. Stay tuned. I'm going to set my 2 hours and 28-minute timer, and that's how much we're gonna read today. And I feel like that's reasonable because I could have got like Taylor Swift All Too Well 10-minute version, and that, no. Update, guys, I have 47 minutes and 18 seconds left. It is 6:40 p.m. I have been listening to a lot audio wise, but for the last like 20 minutes I've been reading physically. So I'm now on page 88. I'm about to finish chapter 16, so it's going well so far and I'm slowly but surely making progress. I'm going to read for at least 47 more minutes today just to complete this challenge, but I think I might even read past that time. We will see. We will see how much I want to read tonight. But the good thing about The Naturals is once you start, you don't want to stop. So I am definitely back in it and I just want to keep going. But I'm sure, especially after these next 47 minutes, I will really want to keep going. I do want to get to page maybe like 150 by the time I go to bed, which is definitely doable, especially since I have to read 47 more minutes. But I just want to keep making progress in this, so I'm going to keep reading. But I wanted to give you guys an update. As far as my audiobook, like I said, I did listen to a lot of that today. So I'm currently 63% of the way through An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, and I have 3 hours and 27 minutes just regular time, but I've been listening to it on 1.75 speed. So there's probably about like 2 hours left of my audiobook, maybe a little bit less. So yeah, hopefully that is something that I will finish soon, but I don't know what I'm gonna listen to on audio next, so I'm gonna need to find out what I want to do for that. But I'm gonna continue reading All In, and I'll update you guys when the timer is up for today. Okay guys, the lighting is kind of bad, but this is like the only place that I can put the camera. But I finished my timer, so I read for at least 2 hours and 28 minutes today. I actually read for a little bit more than that. I would say probably closer to 3 hours, just because I was reading before I even started this video, but I'm very proud of myself. That's day 1 in the books. I finished exactly at 8:20 p.m. too, so that's exciting. But I am on page 134 of All In, so it's going really well, and I've read quite a bit today. I don't remember what page I was on. I want to say it was like 50, so I've read like 80 pages today. I'm gonna keep reading, I think, for a little bit before I go to bed, but I'm gonna leave it here for tonight. You guys will see me in the morning when I shuffle my day list tomorrow, which it should be a totally different playlist. So I'm excited to see what comes up. I don't even know if I'll be working tomorrow. I should be. I probably will be. I don't know where I will be. So it's all up in the air. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, guys. It's day 2 of the challenge. It's Wednesday today, and I'm not finished getting ready. I'm dressed, but I still need to do my hair and makeup. And I have about an hour until it's time to leave for work, so I wanted to use this time wisely. I also really want to listen to my audiobook, and I want that time to count. So I'm going to open Spotify. Let me start screen recording, actually. Okay, I'm gonna go to my day list. Soundtrack your Wednesday early morning. Also, I found out that this changes Like, this is already gonna change in 3 hours. Okay, this is so random. Apparently, I listen to spiritual and lyricist in the early morning. Try some upbeat Chinese hip hop, positive, uplifting, clean rap, and spiritual. And the like title of it is upbeat Chinese hip hop early morning. Okay, I'm gonna hit play. Hold on. This song doesn't count because this is from a different day list. Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't even have this song saved. I know what song this is. 5 minutes and 33 seconds, guys. That means 5 hours and 33 minutes today. I'm glad I'm getting started right now. Oh my gosh. Of course I pick a song that's like, has like 20 features on it. This is going to be much needed today. But I just brushed my teeth, so I'm gonna wait on taking a drink. Alright guys, it is now 7:02. I would like to leave in the next like 10-15 minutes. I'm going to quickly eat something for breakfast. I'm kind of feeling yogurt, so I think I'm gonna have some yogurt and granola. But I now have 2 hours and I have 2 hours and 3 minutes left of my audiobook, but I have been listening to it sped up, so it'll be a little bit less than that. And then I have 4 hours and 45 minutes left on my timer, so I've been listening for almost an hour, so that's good. We are cutting down that 5 hours and 33 minutes or whatever it was. We still have all day. I think, hold on, let me like actually have a little bit of breakfast because I'm gonna run out of time if I just keep talking. I think I'm going to have time today to read a little bit, like here and there, but I'm not sure it will be like even an hour's worth. Who knows when I'll check in with you. It'll probably be after school, so I'll let you know after school how much I read at school. All right guys, I just got home. I walked through the door about 10 minutes ago, but I wanted to give an update on my reading progress. So I was actually able to read quite a bit today at school. I think it was a little bit less than an hour. I don't remember exactly how much time there was when I got to school, but I want to say it was less, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more than an hour. I was able to finish an absolutely remarkable thing, which was the audiobook I was listening to, and the time that I finished it at was 3 hours and 33 minutes, which is exactly 2 hours from the start today, this morning, which was 5 hours and 33 minutes. So I have 3 hours and 33 minutes left on my timer today, and I think that all of that time is going to be physical, which is a lot on my brain, but also at the same time, it's good because I need to be reading the next book in the Natural series, which is All In. I need to be reading that so I can be done with a totally different video, and also because I'm going on a trip this weekend and I want to take a different book with me. So with that being said, the rest of this time today I'll keep you updated. I'll try to film here and there, but I think I'm going to read the rest of this physically. My husband is going to be home in about 2.5 hours, and I think I would like to read for about 2 hours of that time at least. I don't think it'll just be a straight shot. Actually, I know it won't be a straight shot because I need to start making dinner. So maybe I'll read for, maybe I need to lower the, I need to lower the goal. Alright guys, update. It is now 3:41 and I have 2 hours and 28 minutes left on the timer. So I've been reading for about an hour. I didn't read for exactly as long as I wanted to, but it is time to start making dinner, I think. So I'm going to stop, but I'm eating this up. I got to page 200 now. I think I started on 139. So 376. I have 175 pages left, which is almost 3 hours. So I do think I can maybe almost finish this tonight, unless I read for longer than the timer, but this is quite a bit of time left considering it's already turning into the evening. It's not even 4 p.m. yet, but it's turning into the evening. Good morning, guys. It's the next day. Today is day 3. It's Thursday. It's 5:54 a.m. and I'm gonna start getting ready. I mean, I kind of already did start getting ready. I took a shower, I made my coffee, but I'm gonna start doing my makeup and then I'm gonna do my hair. But I wanted to give you guys an update while I do that. I did not continue reading after dinner last night, so my timer is still at the same spot from yesterday. It's at 2 hours and 28 minutes. I'm still debating if I want to add that time to today's timer. I know you guys are probably like, the fairest thing to do is to add it to the timer, but I don't know. If I get another 5-minute song, that's like 7.5 hours at least. So I might just see what Spotify gives us today. If it's reasonable, I can add it. The thing is, I do think I'll be able to get quite a bit of reading done, at least a couple hours at work, because I'm going to be subbing in high school today, and when I sub in high school, I can definitely read quite a bit. So I have 175 pages left of All In. I personally think I can finish All In at school today if I really put my mind to it. So that's gonna be my goal. More than anything time related, my goal is going to be to finish All In at school today. The book that I wanted to read next was going to be Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune, and it still is. I have my physical copy here, Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune, but I also requested the ebook on Libby so I can read it on my very, very old Kindle if need be. So I don't know if I talked about this in this video, but I do own a really, really old Amazon Kindle Fire. Like, I'm talking like probably 2011, 2012 when I got it, and it still works. And I've read a book on there before. So I'm going to continue using it until I invest in myself and get myself a newer Kindle. So anyways, yesterday I was a little bit nervous about continuing this challenge, which I still kind of am, just because I don't have another audiobook available, and so it's gonna be a lot of physical reading, and some of these days I just can't do it if I'm gonna keep tacking on more hours. I can definitely read physically for a couple hours every day. Like, I can do that. But if I keep tacking on these hours like I am today, then it's gonna be like near impossible. But I was just looking at my holds shelf because I was like, what holds do I have? And I had 3 books out, 2 of them being ebooks, 1 of them being a audiobook, and they all said about 4-week wait, and I was like, these are all gonna come in at the same time. But somehow between yesterday and this morning, I got a notification that Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune was available. So I just borrowed it. I'm going to borrow it on the Kindle specifically. I guess without further ado, it's 6 a.m. exactly. Let's open Spotify. We're 3 for 3 today without forgetting to screen record. I'm going to open my day list. So for Thursday, I have upbeat, joyful early morning. You listen to lyricists and English hip hop in the early morning. Try some upbeat, joyful, revival, praise song, spiritual, and contemporary. Okay. I'm not even looking at the lengths of these jobs. I just got a notification for a job, that's why. I'm not even looking at the lengths. You can't actually look at the lengths of the songs just on this page. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, guys. I don't think I'm gonna be adding the time from yesterday. Maybe it'll just have to be like banked, and then maybe I'll tack an extra day on at the end of the day, and all the time that I haven't finished will be that day, because oh my gosh, I already know these songs are gonna be long. So I'm gonna hit play, but I know it's gonna start playing the song from yesterday, so I'm just going to skip ahead. So yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. I love this song, by the way. I don't have the studio version saved. I have the live version saved. But Tremble by Mosaic MSC. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Tremble by Mosaic MSC. It's 3 hours and 3 minutes. Well, it's 3 minutes and 3 seconds, but in hour terms, that's 3 hours and 3 minutes. So maybe I can tack on the 2 hours, 28 minutes. That's less time than yesterday. 5 hours, 31 minutes. Was it 49 seconds? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I'm very grateful that I got the studio version and not the live version, because I guarantee that would have been 7+ minutes. When you have a bunch of worship playlists or worship songs on a day list, it gets kind of scary. It gets kind of scary with the lengths. If you know, you know. But anyways, I'm gonna continue getting ready, and maybe I still need to make my lunch and everything and do my hair, so I don't think I'll have that much time to read before school. But I do have first period prep, and if I don't have to cover, that's a whole 70 minutes that I can just read with no interruptions. Hi guys, I'm in the classroom. I'm going to be subbing in today. I'm subbing in high school, as I mentioned. I actually have a first period prep, and at this school there's 70-minute class periods, and school also doesn't start for 20 more minutes. So I have an hour and a half until I start my first class. So I'm going to read for an hour and a half. Hopefully that will cut down a lot of my time and also get me through a lot of this book. What is that, about 90 pages? Let's just say I would like to get to page 290. I wonder if that's like on a chapter break. It is. 290 is the start of chapter 50. My main goal for today, while I'm at school, is to finish this and start Meet Me at the Lake. Obviously, my main goal all day is to get the hours down, because I have 5.5 hours. But main goal for the school day is to finish this. Main goal until my first class is to get to page 290. I will check in hopefully before my first class, but if not, then I will check in at lunchtime. Hey guys, it's lunchtime. I'm on my phone because a student came in and is eating lunch in here. She just left, so I'm gonna make this quick. I will say I am 10 pages from finishing all in, and I'm at about like 2 hours and 40 minutes left. So I've almost completed the 3 hours for today, and then I will still have a lot of time to read to complete, or at least like get a lot of the hours from yesterday that I didn't finish. But I'm absolutely devouring All In, and I'm gonna finish it as soon as I finish eating. All right guys, I'm home now. It is 3:38. I've actually been home for about like 30 minutes, but I filmed my outro for another video. That video is finished and I need to edit it. I have 2 hours, oh, you can't even see. I have 2 hours and 49 seconds left, which I am very proud of myself for how much reading I got done. What is that, 3.5 hours that I read today at school? That's crazy. Anyways, I would love to start reading some more. Like I said, I only have 2 hours left today, and I'm determined to get those 2 hours done today. I'm not gonna put it off till tomorrow. I actually shouldn't, because tomorrow's gonna be a busy day. So I'm not gonna do that. I am just going to finish and start fresh tomorrow, because who knows how much time we're gonna get on the timer tomorrow. But I did start Meet Me at the Lake. I just transferred over like the page count to my physical copy. So I'm on chapter 3, page 22. So I did get a nice little start into this. It's not anything too crazy. I think I'm still going to read both, just depending on how I'm feeling. On the go, I think it's just so much easier to read on my Kindle, but I am kind of feeling a physical moment, so we will see. But I'm not gonna read right now. I'm gonna at least transfer my footage because I want this video to go up this weekend, and I'm gonna be gone this weekend. So I kind of just want to get a head start on editing, just in case I need to edit some tomorrow too. So I'm going to start that, not waste any more time just yapping. But of course, when I do start reading again, you guys will get an update. right, guys, it is a totally new day. The weekend has passed us. It's Monday, and this is going to be day 4 of this challenge. I'm gonna be very honest. I attempted on Friday, but it was such a busy day that I read for an hour and there was just no way. And I was like, you know what? I did tell myself I don't have to do this weekend. So I just scrapped the footage from Friday and we're gonna make today day 4. I am gonna carry over my time that was left on Thursday. So I had an hour and 42 minutes left on Thursday. I'm gonna add that to whatever time I get today. So let's start screen recording. Let's open Spotify and find the day list. How do you find your day list? There's so much going on. Okay, so we have upbeat, joyful, early morning. And I'm noticing spiritual comes up a lot, so. But you listen to spiritual and praise song in the early morning. Try some upbeat, joyful, summer camp, spiritual revival, and praise song. So I'm going to hit play. And it should be whatever song comes up. Should be the next song. It shouldn't be whatever song is currently on the bottom. Yep. Okay, My Promised Land by Josiah Queen. It's 3 minutes and 14 seconds long. So that means 3 hours and 14 minutes today. And then the math on that. We're gonna add an hour and 42 minutes. So 4 hours and 56 minutes on the timer today, which is kind of a lot of time, especially because I want to be editing my video that's going to go up on Wednesday. Okay, so it's 7 a.m. right now. I don't have to leave for another like 35-40 minutes, but I do still need to get my lunch ready and make a coffee and like get my shoes on and jewelry and all that. But I do have something exciting. I made a very exciting purchase, and I purchased a new Kindle with my birthday money. So I won't be having to use this old Kindle Fire anymore, but I'm still using it until that one comes in. I am on page 127. So I've been making progress. I did read over the weekend. I don't know how much I read, but it was like at least 100 pages. So I'm very proud of myself because I still read and like enjoyed my time. I just didn't pressure myself into like reaching a certain time on the timer or anything like that. So it was a good weekend, but I'm glad to be back. I don't know when I will finish this book, but 5 hours I feel like is enough time to finish this. So who knows, maybe we will finish this today if we can finish the timer. I'm hoping I can finish the timer or at least get super close to it so I'm not carrying over time every day. But today I am subbing in elementary school. It's St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm subbing at an elementary school today. I am a specialist teacher, so there might, I don't know. I don't think I'll have time at all unless it's on my prep or my lunch. So during those times I will be able to read, but really a lot of this time is going to have to be after school, which is going to be a little rough because I do need to edit. So I just need to be on my A game today and just not wasting any time. I have 13 or 12 minutes left in this chapter. I did just stop in the middle of a chapter last night because I was so tired. So I think I'm just gonna like finish getting ready, like put my shoes on and get my lunch and everything, and then I'll finish this chapter before I leave for school. And I feel like that's a good goal to have. I don't think I'm really going to be vlogging at all at school. So I think my next check-in will be when I get home. So when I get home, I'll tell you how much of my timer got knocked down and we will just see what it ends up being. But 4 hours and 56 minutes today. You guys want to know how much time I have left on my timer? Yeah. I've been thinking, why am I not able to get the time down? Like, why am I not able to just finish? And I'm realizing there's 2 problems I'm having, okay? One is that I haven't been subbing in high school as much. In the beginning of this challenge, I was subbing in high school like every day, which when I sub in high school, I can knock down 4 hours. Okay, 4 hours is kind of pushing it, but like 3.5, easy. Like, and I did. And that was like physically reading. But problem number 1 is I have not been in high school. I've been subbing in elementary school. Today I'm subbing in elementary school. The second problem is I have been only physically reading. I haven't been listening to an audiobook. After I finished my audiobook, like day 1 or day 2 of this challenge, I've just only been reading physically. And don't get me wrong, I've been reading a ton, but not 4 hours, 5 hours every day worth. I am nervous because I have no idea how much more time I can take. Yesterday I had 4 hours and 56 minutes on the timer. I was able to read quite a bit for an elementary school setting because I didn't have my first class until 10 o'clock. And so I read like the whole morning, even though I forgot my Kindle, guys. So I literally read on my phone. Then I had a terrible afternoon. I just did not have a good afternoon yesterday. I had a great day at school for the most part. And then when it was time to leave, things just took a turn, okay? After today, so today's Tuesday, the rest of the week, Wednesday through Friday, I have a job in high school. And so I know for a fact, at least 2 of those 3 days, I will be able to read the whole school day. Today is what, day 5? Today is day 5 of the challenge. I was only planning on doing this for 7 days, but I will finish this video once I get the timer to 0. So to help myself out, I need to be reading as much as possible so I don't just keep adding more and more time to the timer. So we're gonna add 3 hours and 10 minutes to whatever Spotify gives us today. Motivation, hip hop, Tuesday early morning. You listen to lyricism and motivational rap on Tuesdays in the early morning. Try some motivation, hip hop, clean rap, grind time, pump up, and workout. Okay, pushing play. Oh Lord by NF, a fave. 3 hours and 18 minutes. I feel like the shortest song was on the first day. 3 hours and 18 minutes. 6 hours and 28 minutes. 6.5 hours. Okay. Okay. See, now if I had a audiobook to listen to, I could knock out like time while I'm getting ready. I could knock out time while I am driving. I would just be proud of myself, honestly, if I knocked down 2 hours today of reading total. The good thing is I have 2 options for my next book. Neither of them are going to be audio. Neither of them were on my March TBR. They are now. And I'm very, very curious to read both of them. I just have no idea which one I'm going to read first. I guess I should probably read them in the order that they were picked. Hint, hint. Dare I say they are both anticipated 5 stars though. You won't be seeing this for much longer. I got to chapter 17. It's page 201. I should look at my physical copy. I think it's in my backpack. I should look at my physical copy to see what that translates to because I don't think my Kindle and my physical copy are matching up in pages. All right, guys, I checked my physical copy and it actually matches up exactly with the Kindle. So I have I'm on page 201 and I have 105 pages left of the actual book. And then there's like 20 pages left of just like notes from Carly Fortune and things like that. So I'm excited. I am finishing it and I'm enjoying it. So according to what I said I could finish in 2 hours, I should be able to finish Meet Me at the Lake today and start one of my next books. So we will see, but I need to go to work. So see you guys later. Good morning, guys. My camera angle has literally not changed, but I will say, yesterday, was I successful with the timer? We have 3 hours and 10 minutes left. Was I successful with the timer? No, but I knew I wasn't going to be. I did read for over 3 hours though, which is quite a bit considering how much I've been reading in the past few days and considering it was all physically and that I wasn't subbing at a high school. So I will say I'm pretty content with the progress I made yesterday. I also finished Meet Me at the Lake. So I will be starting a new book today and that is very exciting. I feel like I'm just stuck in this cycle of starting a timer early in the morning when I'm not even ready for the day because I have no other time in the morning, and then I have to add whatever time was left over, and it's usually multiple hours, and then I end up getting a like decently sized song. It's actually not even super long, not size, decently lengthed, timed, I don't know, song. It's not even that long of a song, but because I'm adding multiple hours, it just keeps getting longer and longer. I know for sure tomorrow and Friday, if I carry this challenge onto those days, I know for sure during those days that I will be able to read at school. So I think if I'm not successful today, tomorrow and Friday are for sure going to be like the last days, because I know I'm determined. I'm not in a reading slump. If I was in one at the beginning of the month, I definitely am not at this point. My next read is definitely going to be a more exciting read for me. It is an anticipated 5-star release. Well, I guess it's not a new release, but it's an anticipated 5-star for me. That book is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I have the Australian copy. I don't know if that's going to, well, I guess the UK copy, but I don't know if that's going to make a difference. I don't think it is. I look crazy because all I have on is concealer, but I think it's time to just do it, to just open Spotify. So, okay. Sad hip hop lyricist, early morning. This is a change. I think this is literally because I listened to NF, and so now I feel like a bunch of like Post Malone, Kid Laroi. Yeah, there's a ton of NF on here. Okay, it says you listen to English hip hop and lyricists in the early morning. Try some sad rap, lyricist, English hip hop, yeeted, pop rap, and emo rap. Okay, let's do this. This is not the right song. Okay. I don't know what this song is, but it's 2 hours and 51 minutes. That is not bad. This is like one of the first songs, I think since the first day, that's under the 3-minute mark. What song is this? Let's see.
My last made me feel like I would never try again.
Hi guys. It's been a long day. I know I said I was going to vlog. I didn't end up getting the chance to vlog. I tried, honestly. I just didn't get a spare moment to myself. I did read for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. It doesn't translate very well to the amount of pages I've read. I'm on page 50, just because a lot of the time I was just trying to focus so hard and it was very difficult, but I'm loving this. I'm not gonna go into my full thoughts in this video, but this is part of my Tackling the TBR series. So in my current episode that I'm filming right now, I am going to go into my thoughts, but yeah, I still have quite a bit of time on the timer, if I'm being honest. I have 4 hours and 48 minutes. Obviously, I'm not gonna read that much right now, but I am hoping I can get about like 2 hours at least of that done right now, so that way I can have less time tomorrow and not just add 5 hours to tomorrow, because there's no possible way. Even though I'm 100% sure I'm going to be able to read a lot tomorrow while I'm at work, I don't want to do that to myself. So I am going to read for a couple more hours tonight, and I'm gonna try to get some footage of that, but I'm also really gonna try to update you guys before I go to bed, so that way tomorrow, you know what we're getting ourselves into. It's not just like, hey, it's the morning again, this is how much time I have, you know? I'm gonna try really hard. I know I've been very, very bad at updating this video, but I'm gonna hope, okay? I'm in the middle of filming 3 different videos, so I'm trying to wrap my head around all of that, but let's not waste any more time. Let's keep reading. Update. It's 9 p.m. and I have 4 hours and 48 minutes left on the timer. I don't think, okay, here's kind of my plan. I don't think I'm going to spin for a song tomorrow. Spin, it's not a spin wheel. I don't think I'm gonna shuffle for a song tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be spent hoping to finish this video and just close out the time. If I don't finish it tomorrow, then whatever time is left from tomorrow, I think I will try to get it done on Friday. But Friday during school is like the only time I'm giving myself. So the goal is that this 4 hours and 48 minutes It'll be a little bit less because I'm gonna read for a little bit tonight. This 4 hours and 48 minutes is going to be closed out because it's not that I'm in a reading slump because I've been enjoying reading. I'm just tired of chasing a timer at this point. It was very, very fun at the beginning, but I think, okay, here's the other problem. I think all my day lists are way too similar. That is getting boring. It was fun in the beginning when it was like, I don't know, whatever the pumpkin spice something, whatever it gave me. And then every day it's been like spiritual Chinese hip hop. Like what the heck is that and why has it been like that every day? I wish this was my actual Kindle. And I wish I had Happy Place on it because this book is freaking huge. Like why in the UK are we doing things big?
Yeah, but you got the UK one for a reason, so you better.
Yes, I'm on page 50. For the vibes. No, but seriously guys, why is this book so big? Like it's gonna be so uncomfortable to read in bed, but luckily I'm soaking it all up and then I read 3 pages and then I go to sleep. I'm hoping today's the last day. If I'm being honest, I'm not going to do a Spotify day list shuffle. I think I told you guys that last night. I'm honestly over this video. I'm over myself. That's the problem. I'm very much over myself. I feel like I'm not completing this challenge the way that I want it to be completed. I would have been able to continue. I just started off on a bad foot. I should have been more prepared with like audiobooks and things like that. So I do want to try to do this video again in the somewhat near future. At this moment in time, it's really just time to finish up the video. So I'm not going to spin the wheel today, which is fine because why do I keep saying spin the wheel? It's not a spin wheel, it's shuffling this playlist. I'm not going to shuffle the playlist today because I literally have 4 hours and 18 minutes and 49 seconds left. So I'm gonna try to finish the timer today. If I don't finish it today, then whatever time is left, I'll finish at school tomorrow. Anyways, I'm still in Happy Place. I think I read for like 30 minutes. I'll try to keep you updated, but I know I've been terrible at that in this video. All right, guys, I am home now. I didn't finish the timer at school, but I did read quite a bit, so I will show you. I have 2 hours and 2 minutes left on the timer, and I'm gonna finish it today. I'm gonna finish the timer today, not because I technically have to. I could for sure knock down 2 more hours at school tomorrow. 1, I want the video to be done, but 2, I'm obsessed. Unless something terrible happens, Carly Fortune style, this is going to be a 5 stars. And the reason why I know that, besides like I'm just enjoying it, is it's taking over my every thought to the point where in the car ride home, I was listening to Del Water Gap. And tell me why, as every song was coming on, I'm like, oh, it's so Harriet and Wind coded. I'm stopped in the middle of a chapter. I'm on page 150 exactly. And I am so obsessed. I just want to continue reading. I didn't have a sticky note or anything and I didn't want to dog the page, and I almost wrote in my book, but I didn't. I just took a paper clip from the teacher. Don't worry, I'll return it tomorrow. I don't think he really cares, but I'm subbing for the same teacher tomorrow. I don't think he really cares. But the writing is, I literally updated my Goodreads. I was like, I didn't realize how much I missed Emily Henry. Like her writing is just too good. She grins, but her brow remains lifted skeptically. I don't think she's ever totally understood why I find it easier to fulfill other people's expectations than to set my own. Yeah. If you want a glimpse, if you want a glimpse at who I am to my core, unfortunately, that is it. So anyways, I need to update my Tackling TBR video with pretty much the same thoughts. But I just had to give you guys like just a look into why I'm not going to be able to stop reading. And I'm like so excited to work tomorrow because I know I'm just going to have like almost uninterrupted time to read there too. And it's just going to be so good. Sorry for the terrible angle, but I'm trying not to show like personal background stuff in this classroom. The walls are filled with pictures and things, but I wanted to update you. It's obviously the next day. I lied again. I didn't read last night. But I am in the same class as yesterday. I have less than 2 hours to read, and I'm gonna get it done today. I know I am for sure, okay? I'm not lying this time. I actually will get it done. So yeah, I'm excited to get some reading in, but I'm also excited to be here today. I know it's gonna be a good subbing day. I know for a fact I'm not gonna update you throughout the day because the one time that I would be able to, I have to cover in another class. So I'm not gonna promise that I can get you any footage this time because I know for a fact I won't be able to. Hi guys, I am back and it's quite a bit later than the last time I updated you. It's like 2 days after the last day of this video, which I know is confusing. I just went and I calculated all of the hours, minutes read this week, and it was a lot. I went over how many days it took me. I shuffled the playlist for 6 days, but I read for 7, okay? So all the like leftover time kind of just got pushed to day 7, okay? So there was also like a few days in between that I took off that I didn't count how much I read. So really this calculation is just what I read based off of my Spotify day list shuffling. But truly outside of the challenge throughout this video, I read for even longer. I would say maybe all of that time would add up to maybe 3 hours, maybe, over like the weekend and also just between when I finished the timer and now, a couple days later, because I have been obsessed with the book that I'm currently reading. We'll get into all of that. I'm going to go over the time as if I finished the timer on that day, when in reality, most of the days throughout this challenge, the time was pushed to the next day. But just for the sake of not knowing truly how much I spent each day reading and how much was carried over, I know for a fact, because the timer ran out, that I did read for all of the time, just not on the day that it was shuffled. I hope you understand. So for day 1, I read for 2 hours and 28 minutes. For day 2, I read for 5 hours and 33 minutes. For day 3, I read for 3 hours and 3 minutes. Day 4, I read for 3 hours and 14 minutes. Day 5, I read for 3 hours and 18 minutes. And day 6, I read for 2 hours and 51 minutes. Obviously, that's the 6 days. It really was 7 days, like I already mentioned. Here we go. I read for 20 hours and 27 minutes. That just blows my mind. Here are all the books that I read. Let's get into it. I read I'll just say 3.5. Really, I'm past the halfway point in Happy Place, but we'll say 3.5 books in this video. The first book I read, I don't have a physical copy, but this size of book is what I read. I'm using this physical book to represent that book, but that book was An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. The audiobook actually just became available, so I think I'm gonna start listening to it tomorrow while I'm getting ready and stuff. Maybe even today while I'm just like doing other things. I kind of want to work on like my reading journal and stuff. So if you want to see all of that, that is in my next doing book stuff video that will be coming out shortly. But I rated that book a 4 stars. It wasn't perfect, but it was totally bingeable, and I'm excited to see what happens in the next book. I thought the writing was okay. It wasn't like cringy. It was just an all around okay, but on the better side, good book. That was also the only audiobook I listened to. So the rest of these books were physical, which I'm very proud of myself because I just feel like it helps so much with not being in a book slump. So the next book that I read was All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the 3rd book. Why do I always forget that? Yes, this is the 3rd book in the Natural series. This was my favorite in the series so far. I read this for a Tackling the TBR video as well. So if you want to check that out, go to my channel and find the Tackling the TBR playlist. But this was definitely my favorite book in the series. 5 stars. I loved it. If you haven't read the Natural series, go do that. After All In, I read Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I rated this 3 stars. Not my favorite book in general. It's my second Carley Fortune that I've read. It won't be the last because there's just something addictive about her writing, but I'm just waiting to find that book that I will just truly, truly love. My rating is on Goodreads. You know what? I'll read my Goodreads review to you, okay? Maybe I'll even put it on the screen. I said, Carley Fortune, and a very well-written, binge-worthy second chance romance where you fall in love with the characters only for one of them to hurt the other terribly, and then the person who deserves better settles and you're just supposed to be okay with it. But seriously, why? I shouldn't have to read the behind the story to see the importance of the characters and their faults. I will say though, there's something she puts in her books that make you just want to keep reading and reading and reading, even if you know she's going to throw in that one trope in everyone. I will be reading her next novel. And that sums it up. Okay, the last book I read, I'm still currently reading, and that is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I'm on page 296. This is somewhat accurate, but I've also just been reading past the timer because it's so good. I don't want this book to end. I'm already anticipating it's gonna be a 5 star, so we will see. But anyways, that is everything that I read in this video. That's all the hours that I read in this video. Even though I wasn't super successful with this video like I had planned or thought I would be, I still feel really accomplished and I'm very proud of it. So I'm hoping that through editing, you guys get a glimpse into what my week was like. So that is going to be the end of this video. If you have a YouTube channel and you have been inspired by this video, please make a version because it was so much fun and I can see myself doing this video again or doing a variation of this video. I need to turn my 2 brain cells on and try to find another like random number generator reading challenge type video because it was so much fun. That'll be all for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. If you like me, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.